Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were live. Let's see here. Okay. All right, who is ready to talk nerdy? As many of you know, I'm a total nerd, which I love and I'm not proud of. I'm very proud of being a nerd. So, yeah, so let's get this thing started, shall we? So, as you can see from behind me, I pretty much brought most of my stuff that's usually in my bedroom. I brought it out here. Ta-da! So, as you can see, my obsession has been Stitch, the child, and Yoshi. Oh, Yoshi's hiding over here. I'll show you where Yoshi is. There's Yoshi kind of hiding by. So there's BB-8, the child, R2-D2, and Chewbacca. It's right behind there. You can barely see Chewie. I have an Ewok, and of course all my Stitches. And you'll see also some awesomeness over here on this side. Darth Vader is keeping me company. And I have my Pokeballs that have coins and stuff on them. So I'll be talking about that in a little bit and tell you what, because I played the trading card game. So I will tell you a little bit about that. But yeah, this is my background today. So I wanted you to show, like, I wanted to show you how this is just some of my stuff. I didn't want to scare you all away. Oh yeah, there's the um, oh my god, Trooper. I was like, I forgot who he is. But yeah, really my characters, my favorite all-time characters are the child, Stitch, and Yoshi. As you know, I have Stitch on my tattoo here. And of course, Harry Potter is one of my all-time favorite addictions too. And I'm a Slytherin, if any of you are wondering. So I'm in the Slytherin house, and that's my robe that I actually have. I have the whole outfit. I have the tie, the white shirt, the skirt that goes with it, and the robe and my wand. I have it all in there. I was gonna put it on, but I was like, actually, I want to wear my Stitch shirt. So, but oh, and there's my robe, my not my robe, my scarf, my Slytherin scarf. So here in the Cummins household, we have Bella, who is also a Slytherin, just like me, because she's creative, ambitious, determined. She just like it's like literally a miniature version of me. So that's why I wasn't surprised when we went through the whole house rules, and all of that, that she ended up being a Slytherin. Um, Teo, he is a Hufflepuff. So with him, he and that is who he is. Um, so I'm looking at the chat here. Oh, and Base is a Ravenclaw. In case you were wondering, he's the Ravenclaw. So we have everybody except for Gryffindor in the house. Hmm. That's just how it happened. So let's see here. Thank you, Randall. You indicate that you voted for me. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. And of course, if you haven't done so, please fill out your ballot, vote. And if you are wondering who to vote for House District 15, yours truly, right here, Miriam. Um, and so let's see here. Juan also asked me what's my favorite Pokemon. Dang it, Juan, you and your hard questions. You always ask me those hard ones. Um, my favorite all-time Pokemon. God, this is so hard. I would have to see. This is hard. Um, okay, I have two. Okay, and I'll explain why. So, I love Mew. Mew, he's a legendary Pokemon. If you've seen Mewtwo Strikes Back, he's in that one. Again, I'm a total nerd. Hence today's segment. I have all the movies except for the newer ones. I'm not really into those. But Mew, I just love because he is so fun and he just likes to fly around, be mischief, I can't even say it, a troublemaker. Okay, and I just love that, and I love it because I can also go like meow, how he sounds. So he's my favorite one. My other one is a Dragonite. So I play Pokemon Go, and that is the one I cannot get rid of because I just love it. I just love Dragonite. And of course, if you know, Dragonite is the evolved form of Dragonair and then Dratini. So acceptable. Thank you, Juan. Again, you asked the hard questions. Okay, I have your list here that you sent me to. I'll get to them. So hi, Susan. Susan's with us. Let's see here. By the way, Steven and I won't judge you. Okay, well, that's my spiel. I'll get back though. I'm gonna come back on the Pokemon because there's a lot more stuff I can talk about on that. But I wanted to just show you and ask you, not ask you, but answer some of your questions that you've had. So Juan here has sent me a couple of ones. So one he asked me was, what is your favorite movie that you think is underrated? My favorite movie that is underrated is the Goofy movie, the first one. Okay, that goes back to my childhood. When I hear the music from the Goofy movie, oh my gosh, I'm just like flashback. Like even yeah, I think that's a movie that it has gone underrated. And I think it needs more props because that's like 90, like I want to say 90s, 2000 kids. That's that I remember seeing that movie growing up. And I just love the music. So all right. So another one is my, let's see here. Oh, do you play Magic the Gathering? Yes, I do. So here goes back to a little bit about what I love to do. So, and I said I was, and I told him, I'll tell you what I have for Magic the Gathering. For those that don't know, Magic the Gathering is a trading card game that you play just like Pokemon, but it's a little bit more advanced. It takes a little bit more strategy. And the pictures aren't as pretty as the Pokemon, but that's okay. I still play it. So for my oh no, this is not my favorite one. Hold on, I'll tell you which of my decks. So you create a deck with 60 cards, and you can't have more than 4 of one of a kind. And that's the exception of mana. Mana you can have as much as mana is. I'll show you here. It's what gives power to the creature or to the sorcery that you are doing. So this is mana. This is a land. So you need to have these. So my deck that I love, that I just love, like I was like, I kick butt on this one, is my green red. So my green red deck is one of those that makes Basil mad. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I have this one. Let's see if the lighting, okay, maybe more light. So this one's called the Jadid Ojanen of Efraba. And his power, this is what I love about it, is when you put it, when you have it on to put, it says whenever he attacks or blocks, put a 2/2 green cat warrior creature token. And of course, I have the tokens because I made them. So with Magic, they don't have the nice, pretty backing. And I was looking for tokens for that because I could not find it. So I made my own token that is actually their design. I just printed some so I could use them as tokens. And this is a 2/2 creature. So so with that one, you put one of those. All right, get this. And then what I also have on here is, this is the one that makes Basil so mad. It's funny. Hold on, I gotta find it. Oh, right here. Hornet's Nest. So this deck is like a insect, gonna do a lot of damage to you really quick, so you die. So with this one, I put in, so whenever Hornet's Nest is dealt damage, put that many 1/1 green insect creatures that have death touch and flying. Okay, so here are my tokens. So yeah, I don't know about, no, blue, no. I'm sorry, Juan. Green, red. Okay, green, red. And this is why I like red. because it has damage. So red is really good at doing a lot of damage. Like for this one, when you use this instant, you can use it in the other opponent's turn, which is awesome. So lightning bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Yeah, red is like deal damage, deal damage, deal damage. And then I'm here building my army, you can say, of insects. And then I finish, hold on, where did it go? This is what really makes him mad, is this card right here. Let me find it. And you'll see why. Oh, it's either this one, Overrun. So if I have a ton of creatures out, this card does +3/+3. So imagine the damage, okay, that I'm doing. Because remember, and this is like, I could talk about magic forever, but this is what it means. So this one's a 0/2. So it doesn't attack, but it does have like 2 life. And so with that is you just add it. I will counter all your stuff. Homie, we'll see about that, dude. We'll see. This one, oh, okay. Well, how about that too then? So this is my quick, I want to do damage and just really just overrun you. This is this deck. I have 4 decks. Which it's funny, I do not have a blue deck at all. I don't know, the blue is so like blocking, like, no, you can't do that. Oh, you were gonna do that? Well, too bad, you can't do that. I don't like that about the blue. That's why I'm red, green, and black. Yes, I have a red black. That's what I'm gonna show you real quick before I move to the next thing. So I have a red, this is my red black deck that I have, which I love too. This one is more like, I have a couple in here that just, if I get them at the right time, they're very good cards. Let's see here, where did I put them? I have Avatar of Woe in here, which I love. And so, where did it go? I know I had it in here. I have to find it. Anyway, this is so my top ones are green, red, and red, black. So black does a lot of like, so remember that red does a lot of attacking. Black does a lot of, how can I explain it? Let's see, blue white isn't my style. Sure. Well, yeah, they're like, you have a here, you can't do that. Guess what? I'm still gonna do damage to you. Yeah, that's why you like blue white. I don't like blue. So the black is more like, it does do damage, but it's like to the player, I feel like more, because the moment black comes in, it's like you're either dead because they either have death touch or yeah, like this one I just pulled, it has death touch. So yeah, it's that. All right, so anyway, now you know that I play Magic. So if you have a Magic deck, once we are all out of quarantine and we have the vaccine and we can all chill and play in person, I am down for some battles. Again, I had a ton of Magic cards, but we got rid of them because we are this is fine. So now that my kids love playing Pokemon, I kind of got rid of my Magic collection, and I had a ton, so I got rid of it, and then we kind of just switched it to Pokemon. So yeah, so on that, let's see here, where is, all right, so where should we go? What's another question? Let's see. Ooh, what are some of your favorite video games? Oh, my favorite video games. Mario Kart. That's one that all the family loves because you can do up to 4 player. And so I have a Switch. And so with my Switch, I have a few hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. My computer's doing something. Okay. All right, hold on. Sorry about that. It did something. Basic but not acceptable. Anyway, Mario Kart, and I'm trying to find my little thing that has right here. All my games that I do. Okay. So with Mario Kart, oh my god, my computer's acting up. So the video games that I play are Super Smash Bros. I'm not good at it, but I still play. My brother, my younger brother, he cannot. He kills us all the time, and my other brother too. Actually, they both are pretty good at it. I not so much, but I like the whole. I love picking Yoshi. I can't Yoshi, and then I also have Pokemon Pikachu, of course, because that's how you get Melton on Pokemon Go. And the other one that I love playing, Mario Party, is fun when you have a lot of your friends together because you get to do a lot of those. It's like a board game. But the other one is Spiral. I just finished Spiral. Before COVID, so I finished that one, and it was fun. I liked it. It goes back to the PlayStation, which I love. I'm old school, and then I also got Shield, which I kind of wish I would have gotten Sword, but now I got that one. So those are my favorite video games when it comes to like playing with the kids and all that. But deep down, I'm a Call of Duty girl. I don't like their new ones though. I like the other one. I believe it was what was it? The second one, Call of Duty, when you can actually do 4 people, and now it's like you can do 2 and then be live, and it's like what? So I really like Call of Duty, and because we also have an Xbox, so we try to go back and play the old one. And my brother, the youngest one, he can get all of us. He on that game, he gets a regular sniper rifle, for instance, and he can just without aiming just kill us. And I'm like, how? So that's another one that I play, Call of Duty. But again, I haven't played that game forever since the kids, because pretty much they are the ones who control everything that we watch and do. So now we're stuck with playing kid games, which is I'm okay with. So those are some of my favorite video games. I'm trying to look here what else I have, and then answering some of the questions. Let's see here. If your campaign was a superhero movie, which movie would it be and why? Juan, dang you and your hardcore. Shoot, who would it be? I would say Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel is a badass. She comes in when it's needed and she will take care of things. So she is one that I feel that she was so misunderstood, from the beginning, how they told her you couldn't do things because you're a girl, or you can't do that because you're a girl. And it was like, you know what? I can do it and I'm going to. So she's like, I think that superhero that would be my campaign, because nobody believes in me, and nobody that whole philosophy is like nobody believes in me, so I'm going to do it and prove everybody wrong. So I really like that type of attitude, and I feel that kind of fits the campaign. Because I'll rise from the ashes and just kick butt. So anyway, Bernadette is on. Hi, Bernadette. So yeah, I think that. Why? Because she's a badass again. It's like, hey, but no, I seriously think Captain Marvel is the one that would be like my campaign. I'm trying to think what other, because that's the only superhero I can think of that would be similar. Deep stuff. Yeah, deep stuff. So let's see here. Another thing that I have, as you know, I'm a total nerd and I love Star Wars. So I'm one of those people that when goes to the store, you know how there's those aisles when you're waiting and there's little like knick-knackety stuff, and you're like, wow, I'm never gonna buy that or whatever. I think those are targeted especially to me, and let me tell you why. This is R2D2. He is a screwdriver. How do you say? See here at the bottom? You take one out. You put the cap on so that the other stuff doesn't fall off. A screwdriver. Look at this. R2D2. I saw it and I'm like, I have to have it. Because why not? And I've used them. So it's not like I just got them and not use them. I do use him. He's the one that's by the kitchen because he's so cute. It's like, look, it's so like, hey, R2D2. So that's why I think those aisles are like made like to just be like, Miriam, buy this, because they know how to get me. And here's another one, again, Star Wars. This is a Bop It. I saw it and I was just like, that's kind of cool. It's a Bop It R2D2. To start. And my brother has the highest score. And wow. So high score 67. 67. Pop it. Twist it. Pull it. Twist it. Pull it. But yeah, you can. This is like kind of like my fidget spinners. Like I'm just there in the middle of the night, like pop it, spin it. Just don't throw it on the ground because you're mad, you know. So another thing, like I said, so Star Wars, what other? I mean, do you guys have any questions for me? Like what you want to know? So you know, I'm a Star Wars fan. Now you know that I'm a Lilo and Stitch. And what else? I mean, I'm trying to see what else. You guys got to ask me some questions. Trying to think what else I do that is nerdy. My car, if you ever see me driving around in my car in my dashboard, and that's such a total nerd, I have Joshi hanging by my mirror, hanging on a mirror, and then on the sides on the dashboard I have the child, which I found at Target, I think, and some other store. I think it was Freddy's, the little miniature, like they're finally coming out with the child stuff, and so I have them glued on there, and so you'll see them on my dashboard. And I also have a Baby Yoda stuffed animal in my cars that I use when I'm like waiting, that, you know, I'm like, I sometimes need that sensory too. I think I don't know, but I have them there to keep me company. And of course, my pillow that I don't use, but he was in the pillow aisle. That I figure one of these days, you know, I'm probably going to use him as a pillow, but right now he's so cute. I don't want to use it for the pillow, which I'm super excited for next week. So as you know, Mandalorian season 2 comes out on the 30th. Woo, woo. And so I'm super excited. And maybe that's the day I'll use him as a pillow. But Mandalorian 2, if you haven't seen season 1, I recommend it. It's like seriously one of the best, like it's a show, but it's just one of the best. It captures a lot of the emotion, but mystery, and I just love it. It's so Star Wars. I mean, this is kind of what I was hoping for to see. So yeah, Mandalorian 2 comes out next week, which I'm super excited. I think that's why I'm like buying so much the child stuff, just because it's like, oh my god, it's next week. Adrian said, why is the child still in his box and not in your bed? Which one? There's a lot of them in boxes. I have my big Funko, who's in a box. I have the animatronic Baby Yoda up there, still in a box. And this one's animatronic. That one, I think, just says some baby noises. But a lot of my stuff, it's still in its boxes. I don't know. I think it's because as a kid, I never really got to keep things that were mine. I guess I never really had toys growing up. So now I'm making up for that. You know, I grew up being the oldest and, you know, in poverty. So for me, not having, I guess, when we had to decide whether having toys or food, we of course chose food. So I think that's why I keep it in the boxes. It's kind of a, I want to keep that, new, like I appreciate it. And like for me, I would be happily content that it stays in its box because at least I know it's mine and I have it. Um, which it's, I don't know, I think, but some things I do open, and some things I don't. But that's why I think I feel so weird about taking the tag, because it's like I don't want to take the tag out. Then it's like I don't know. It's anyway. He's keeping me company right now, huh? He's so soft too. Like seriously, he is soft. I was like, Lucas, like, who's looking at it? He needs a hug and his box doesn't let you hug him. I know, but that's why I have this one that I can hug. um maybe I'll but see, which one though, which one should I take out? Because I don't take all of them out. He's just so cute. um maybe I'll take one of them. Amanda, hey girl, finally you join us, girl. I was waiting for you. Um, so Amanda is also a big time nerd, which I'm super excited that she's joining us via chats. She was telling me about the tattoos that she has. She has Lumos on her foot and Lord of the Rings quote. So I was like, girl, we're in the club. And of course, you saw I have always Deathly Hollows with always tattooed. So that's, I was like, girl, heck yeah, nerd time. So that's why I was happy that she's finally joining us. Let's see. Have you watched Farscape or Babylon 5? No, I have not. Please. Do you recommend watching those? I mean, I'm down. I'm down to, to watch it. Let's see here. I have one of the books, the big one. The big one, the Funko one. Yeah. Um, so, but what else? So yes, Harry Potter. I loved Harry Potter ever since the books came out. So and let me explain on that. So when I came to the United States, I didn't know any English. So for me, a way to kind of escape the bullying and kind of the put downs, I kind of engrossed myself in books. I think even now I love just reading. And so as I was reading, Harry Potter books were a big part of my language that I learned the grammatical, because by the time they came out I was in middle school. So I read all the books. I fell in love because I felt like I was like Harry, like nobody believes in me. And I know I'm capable of great things if you just give me the chance. So I just felt so connected with the Harry Potter story that I just loved it. And even now, as an adult, I still love it. I think that's why I when I was in high school, when I did take the house test, it said I was a Gryffindor, and I was like, okay. But that was in middle school. But now, as an adult, I'm a different person. I've grown, and it turns out I'm actually a Slytherin. So which fits. uh so for me is, I love the storyline of Harry Potter. Okay, I know JK Rowling right now said some things that I don't agree with, which is very disheartening and disappointing that she has those stands. But I think what she was able to create, which is a story that many of us can relate to and read and just feel happy, to be in that world. um I think that's what makes Harry Potter so great. It's the storyline and the characters. So I just love that I'm a Slytherin. So because it's so me, like it's like a horoscope. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm all of those things. I'm determined, I'm cunning, I'm ambitious. I mean, look at me now. And guess what I did with my Switch Pro controller? So nowhere online I find, on your controllers you can put a stick, to make it pretty and personalize it. What I did, because I have a Cricut machine that I used a lot of my crafting, I made my own. So I found kind of a template online, and I got this vinyl that is that you can color, like it prints, on the printer. And so I printed this right here, and I cut it with my machine, and then I just put it on there, and then I put Slytherin. And look at this, I even cut my name out in Harry Potter font and put my name on this, so everybody knows this is mine. I'm looking on my husband and my brother when they come. And then at the back, it has the Marooners map, Mischief Managed. So I made all of this with my machine. I cut it, and then I mean, it's not the greatest and it's not perfect, but it's who I am. So that's my Harry Potter one. And so, but yeah, I mean, I just love the story. I just love that, as they grow, and the movies, of course, were great. I mean, some of the movies not so great, but I'm so glad to read the books first. But yeah, I mean, I just, for me, it's something that I grew up with, and I think I would always have. Even my kids now, they love Harry Potter. Bella, like I said, she's also a Slytherin, which doesn't surprise me, because she's so like me, and she just, she's great. She's so smart, and she's so determined, um and I can definitely, see how much they love Harry Potter too, because even on the TV, if Harry Potter's on, mama, let's watch Harry Potter. And so that is like, so I'm happy that it's still, the generation is still interested in wanting to learn more and dress up, and and right now the stories that are behind it, they're too young to understand it, but as they get older, they'll be able to see. And I do have all of the books in hardcover. Again, I'm a nerd, and I even have a treasure chest that is a treasure chest Harry Potter with my books inside, which is, it's in my closet, because that's still in its box. Okay, I bought it in its box. It was a collector's edition, and I haven't opened it because again, it's like I have the paperback that I used to read, but those are like guarded away. Amanda, you're a Gryffindor. Adrian, you're a Gryffindor. Juan, you're a Hufflepuff. I can see that. I can see you being a Hufflepuff, Juan. I can definitely. I just, so one other thing about me that is very nerdy is I have a Pandora bracelet that I got. I think it was from my husband one of the Christmases. I want to say 4 Christmases ago. And so every year, what I ask for is like a charm or something. And so I have now enough collected that I have pretty much filled. So this one I got, it's the Pandora. Again, I'm not paid by Pandora, so I'm not like, getting anything from them. But I just love that they came up with the design of the snitch being the bracelet. And on here, this is my nerd bracelet. I have the Deathly Hallows that I kind of created. I couldn't find one for the longest time. And then here is Slytherin, because they finally came out with the Slytherin charm. And I love Tiffany and Company. So it's my favorite color, in case you were wondering. And I have 2 stitches. So here's Christmas stitch. And then this one I got for, I want to say, Valentine's Day from my husband. Was it Valentine's Day or my birthday? No, it was Valentine's Day. And then the snitch, golden one, and then I finally got the Harry Potter Hogwarts. And last but not least, the child. See what I mean? I'm telling you, if they had Mario, I would be having Joshi here in an instant. But this is my nerdy bracelet that I wear the most, just because I just love seeing all the characters. Oh, and I forgot to show you this one. This is the first one that he got me. I put it on here. It's a Lilo and Stitch Pandora one that he got me that. He got me that first. So yeah, Gryffindors are like vegans. If you don't know we are a Gryffindor, don't worry, we'll tell you before you ask. That is so true. It's so true. I'm a Gryffindor. It's so true. So yeah, I mean, I just love everything nerdy. Of course, when I saw this at the store, I had to get it. It's a hand sanitizer, the child. And of course, I didn't just buy one, I bought four. I figure one for each person in my household. I'm not obsessed at all. And then get this. I also have a speaker that is R2D2. And it needs to be charged. That's why it needs to be plugged. But this is a speaker, R2D2 speaker. Now, if you tell anybody, it's like, hey, is Miriam a nerd? It's like, have you seen her house? And as many of you might know, I love Halloween. Halloween is my all-time favorite holiday. Okay, so I'm super bummed this year that I'm not decorating, because every year we decorate. We have a haunted house, and usually I put everything that we have, that is from Ghostbusters to Stranger Things to scary stuff. And so this year has just been upsetting, because of COVID and not being able to do it the haunted house this year, which I always look forward to, and also because I'm campaigning, so I have to manage the time. But at least we do have a few things outside on our house, and we also have what's called the singing pumpkin that we programmed. So I bought this last year. It was the first year we got it, and it has 3 or 4 songs in it. I'm working on. And here's the thing: if it wasn't for an election and Halloween being so close, because you can program the song so it opens its mouth and it shows like it's talking. It's the singing pumpkin, but to do the sequencing, it takes forever, and you have to repeat, go back, repeat, create it. So this year we're just gonna stick with the 4 songs that's on there. So that's there. We have Baby Yoda outside too, who, by the way, endorsed me. If you haven't seen my post, you should go check it out. He endorsed me. Please, Disney, don't sue me. So yeah, he totally did, because he has an arrow pointing at me at my sign saying this is the way. Hey, if Baby Yoda knows a thing or two, is he knows who to trust. Just saying. He chose me. So anyway, so with that is, we're really, but I'm trying to convince my husband that we should do something for Christmas, because last year we didn't do much for Christmas. We did more Halloween, because last year we also did a fundraiser for Family Tree, which I'm bummed again because we're not doing it this year, because that's what our haunted house was, getting hygiene items to Family Tree. So this year, since we're not having the haunted house, but it's something that next year, if everything goes well, we'll do it next year. But this year we'll try to do Christmas, because then I'll have time. He won't have to work late, so hopefully. And we didn't do it last year for Christmas because my husband got mad that a lot of the lights didn't turn on. Like, he would plug them in and half of them were dead, and even though they were new. So he was mad about that. So, but this year, hopefully you all can help me convince him, because he doesn't want to get on the roof to put up the Christmas decoration. So oh yeah, Amanda stopped by yesterday and she saw it, and she saw the singing pumpkin. So you and the nice thing about my singing pumpkin is you can be in your car and listen to the pumpkin, because it's through the FM. So all you have to do is tune into 89.3, the FM channel, and you can just listen to it and see it from the street in your car. How awesome is that? So that's why I wanted to get more songs on there, but again, it takes forever to do them, so you're left with 3 songs or 4 songs. So let's see here, what else do you guys, you guys gotta ask me questions here. What you guys want to know, how nerdy I am. This is my one that I have. This is my kitty cat. He's a what's called a feisty pets. Is it feisty pets? Yeah, feisty pets. Which he actually I haven't decided if he or she or it. It knows when you make him mad. Make it mad. Ah, ah. So I have him with me sometimes when I'm just like in a meeting, or it's like, okay, it's going forever. I need something to cheer me up, or it's like, how can you not laugh? I love you. I love you. Anyway, have you watched Xena? I have not. The old ones, the Xena, the what was it called? I have not seen them. No. Um, but if you recommend it, I'll see it, and then we can have a chat about it. But no, I have not seen that one. I'm looking at the questions here. All right. So, I was gonna talk about the next thing was Pokemon. So, uh, the original. Okay, I'll put it in my list. Maybe after the election, Adrian, when I'm not like I'm taking like a day next week on the 30. Like that's a day where like I'll do a little bit in the morning, but the 30, the rest of the day is like Mandalorian time. So that's like the only day that I'm like, that stays for me. So this actually arrived today and I'm super excited. It's the Advent calendar holiday uh Pokemon. I'm super excited about it because it has the little figurines, and then I'm like, I can put some of them in my car. So I'm really looking forward to the Pikachu one, and I don't see a Mew here, which I wouldn't be waiting. I'm like, oh, where's Mew? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was pretty cute. That arrived today. It was a presently cool surprise. And so for Pokemon, I'll tell you what I have. I have 3 decks for Pokemon. And again, it's kind of like Magic, but this is a more simpler version. And the kids actually love playing. I also have the online trading card, so I can put my code there. On the chat, I'll put it so you guys can add me as your friend. And also, I'll put in my Pokemon Go trainer code so you can add me, and as well as my Nintendo Switch. So if you have like Animal Crossing or anything of those games, you can add me to it too, and we can just play and whatnot. So I'll put that on the chat. So this deck is my psychic deck, and it took a couple tries to get it, but my husband hates this one. He hated it so much that he refused to play with me anytime I said I'm gonna play with my psychic deck, because he could not beat it, and he would get so mad until finally now he can beat it because he got a new one. So I have this card. It's the Wobbuffet B, and it has 2 attacks. So this one it's health. It's 220. So if he did like 160 damage to this one, I would just use the attack that it's called Greedy Combat, that says switch all damage counters on this Pokemon with those to your opponent. So if he did 160 to me, I just use that attack and be like, no, it's 160 to you. And so if he had no damage counters, it's like I'm back to 0. Boom, you're dead because you were like at 120 HP. So he hated this one, and I have 4 of them. And then of course I have which with those I just he hated me. And then of course I had this one that's a damage mover, so if one of my other Pokemon had damage, and I'll just move it to Wobbuffet so I can just do this attack and give it to him. So he refused to play with me on this one. Another deck that I have that he gets so mad, even my brother had to create a deck to beat it, and even then he can't beat it. It's my metal deck. So my metal deck has 4 of these. And if you know anything about this one, you know that's a pain in the butt. So it's a metal deck, but it's attack, take, colorless, which you can pretty much use this on any deck. But if you have it specifically in a metal deck, it has an ability that gives you plus 20 HP for each metal card energy attached to it. So instead of, if you have 2 of them, it would be 240 HP, for instance. But its attack, not only does it do 60, I'm trying to say it here if you can do it. Not only does it do 60, but if the because it sets the trap. So how I had to explain to my husband, like, think about it, it's setting the trap, okay, and then you do damage to me, it closes, right? So on that, if it does that, it does 120 damage back to it. So sometimes he doesn't attack because he's like, dang it, you set the trap. That means if I attack you, I'm pretty much dead. So I have 4 of those, which my brothers hate too. Oh my God. And then I have this one, which I love its ability. Because if you don't really have that many, Pokemon, or you really want to beef this one up, then you will do its ability to get the 3 metal energies. And you can do that in 2 turns or in the next following turn, depending. So that one is, and I need to update it a wee bit because there's on my online one, I do have a better deck than my actual one. But yeah, that's I feel like, yes, it takes a long time to get through all the seasons. Yeah. What team are you in Pokemon Go? I am Team Mystic. So there's 3 in Pokemon Go. You have Instinct, not Valor. What else says Valor? It's like, oh my gosh. I forgot what the red one was. Oh my God, I forgot what the red one was. And then there's Mystic. So you kind of take the test at the beginning to see which team you're in. And I answer the questions in blue. I'm Team Mystic. So I'm Mystic. I'm sorry if you get mad at me because you're red team and I totally spaced the name. I'm sorry. If you know Juan, put it in the chat because I'm totally spacing out right now on what they're. Oh yeah, you're Team Mystic. Yeah. So yeah, so if you are my friend and you are like doing a raid on Pokemon Go and you need help, send me an invite. Sometimes I'm able to see it right away, sometimes I'm not. But if you see that I'm online and playing, hey, send me the invites. I can do a remote raid pass. I have quite a few. I've been saving them because you can only have like 3 or 4 at a time. But I only use them if I get like a request. So and I'm at a level 40. I was actually one of the first people in Albany that reached level 40 that first year. But now a lot of people are at level 40, which is great because that helps on the raids. But if you need someone that has some strong Pokemon, I'm more than happy to help you with the raids. Valor, see, that's what I thought. I thought it was Valor. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, why I was thinking that was Divergent. Again, nerd. Um, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, just send me a request. I'll put in my player code on the chat. I'll put it on there so we can play some Pokemon Go. And I'll also put down my trading card gamer name so you can search for me and add me. Again, that's the one I kind of tend to do most because it doesn't require me to go out and catch Pokemon. It's like trying to find strategies how to update my deck. So that's kind of what I do at night sometimes before getting to bed is, okay, all right, what do? I just want to do one game. And so, but yeah, I mean, this been fun, the last couple months. It's been stressful. And I'm just glad to have things that make me happy that are nerdy. I play Pokemon with my kids. They can name almost every Pokemon we've seen. So on Netflix, we have Netflix, and my kids love watching the Pokemon Ultra Beast adventures. I think it's Journey. Is it Journey? No, that's the other one they like to watch too. So Journey and the Alolan Adventures one, which I love too, which I'm okay with rewatching them 5, 6, or 7 times. We've already seen all 3 seasons like 6 times, and my son, he just loves Pokemon. He, um, as many of you know, my son is in the spectrum, so for him to find something that he loves, he just gravitates to it. So he can tell you all the Pokemon in its evolution, who they are, what attacks they do. I mean, I'm kind of aiming for him to be a vet, to tell the truth, because I'm like, hey, if he can do that with Pokemon, he can do this with actual animals, right? So I figure I see it as a way for him to understand, just the what's behind it. So, but yeah, we've seen all of the seasons. I believe it's the Island Adventures with the Ultra Beast because there's 3 seasons on it, with the Sun and Moon. That's I think what it's called, Sun and Moon, and then Journeys, which is the other one. Um, I don't play Pokemon, but I love Ryan Reynolds, so I love the movie. Oh my gosh. Pokemon, the Detective Pikachu was or is one of the best ones that I think besides Deadpool, the Ryan Reynolds like plays. I love that they chose him to play Pikachu because it was a fun movie. Even my kids laugh when they see Pikachu talk, and just the way he interacts in his Pikachu. So that's actually pretty cute. But yeah, I mean Ryan Reynolds is like, hey, yeah. And Deadpool, which is another one that is just hilarious. I love. So he though Deadpool is too violent for kids, so we only watch it when the kids are either in bed or not home because it's way too violent. Way too violent. You know what's the other thing I forgot to talk about? X-Men and Avengers. So I love Avengers and X-Men. So growing up, we would watch the animated series of X-Men, the that song theme. Yeah, we used to watch that all the time. And I remember this one episode with Gambit. I don't know why I remember this, but he was just like throwing things, and that up to this day, it's like I don't remember the rest of the show, but I remember Gambit. Um, but yeah, X-Men is also one of my, growing up, one of my go-tos. I just liked it. I think because I always wanted to be like, Storm, who controls the weather. I was like, how awesome is that? But yeah, X-Men is another one. Avengers. I have the the Marvel universe all in DVD because the moment it came out, I was like, I want it, it's mine, and I just wanted to collect it because this is it. When a new movie would be released, I would rewatch all of them and the order that they are supposed to have come out, right? So I have the timeline, and I would watch it within the timeline because I wanted to make sure I was on track with um, with the universe and what was happening. So I would just go back and rewatch. And I remember just one night, just pretty much staying most of the night at work watching it. Because I think it was, which one was it? Ends Game. I know it wasn't the last one or the one before that. It was like if you watched all of them, it's like more than 24 hours that back to back with no break. Um, yeah, isn't X-Men awesome? But yeah, so Adventures is also my guilty pleasure that I love to watch. Um, just because I think again that they did such an amazing job in just creating the storyline that makes you want more. And I don't want to do any spoils on them, but if you haven't seen it, I will let you know the order to see them. So this way you know the time frame of beginning to end. Get it? End game. And so because it's important that you watch the timeline, because it's you can't watch the third movie and then go back and be like, wait, what happened there? Because it sometimes it gets confusing. That's why you have to watch the timeline on the way it comes out, because it jumps around. So, but if you want, I will give you the timeline. I have it actually right next to the TV. So, so I tell my husband, this is how you're supposed to watch it. Because otherwise you can't just jump around. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, so you've done binge watch all of the Marvel movies. Yeah. So, Adrian, I'm with you. I have done it. Especially when they were coming out in theaters, and I would buy the sometimes the theaters had like an early release day. It's like, oh, this is the um pre-release day that you can attend and see it. I would always like be like, I'll be in line, I don't care, I'm ready for it. So you would always see me in line at the theater waiting, because I was like, nerd. um So yeah, and then and the other, the thing about Adventures right now, yes, Black Panther, Chadwick passed away, which he played Black Panther. And when I found that out, I was heartbroken because he was who I envisioned for Black Panther. He just took that character and just did such an amazing job. And now that he's gone, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Um, because he really was Black Panther. So that to me is, sad because he was a big part of the Marvel universe. So I have no idea what is gonna happen. Let's see here. Amanda, The Boys on Prime is amazing. Also, really? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to make a list of all the stuff you guys are saying because after the election, I'm gonna take a couple days off. So I'm gonna probably be a hermit crab and just binge watch movies and shows because why not? Um, it's not the same time, especially the first season. If you have particular, oh, um, so the episodes of The Boy. So yeah, I mean, I'll. Hi, Miriam from Elliot. Hi, Elliot. Elliot is on. But yeah, so again, I'm just me. I know when I say I'm a nerd, I'm happy to be one. I don't take that as a negative. I think we need more nerds, um, out and just be in the world. We're not all just. I don't know. I think it's cool that we all can bring different perspectives and kind of to get to that serious tone. As I see the time or to wind down. Um, I just feel like I bring a different perspective. I feel like I'm a lot like all of you. I have my things that I'm very good at. I have things that I need to improve on, and that's just us being human. But part that makes me me is the things that I love, and I love my children. I love my husband. I love my community, and I love being who I am. That's why I feel that I tell that to my kids: love who you are, and if it means you have a big collection of stitches because you're obsessed with Stitch, it's okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. I have my Stitch earrings. But I figure it's who I am. Again, it goes back to a little bit of that psychology of me growing up and not having those things that I wanted, and now as an adult, like I can make those decisions and really I just want to do that for other people. I grew up with nothing, and I think people need to have the opportunity to be in the same playing field. And so one of the reasons why I decided to run, and yeah, I'm a mom, I'm young, and I'm just like you. I think that's the important part, that that I can represent you in many levels. Just not in one or in one topic, but in all. Um, and that's really what I try to do with everyone in my life. I like to listen. Like I said, I'm always learning. I never said I know everything because I don't. We're all human. But the thing is, I love to learn. I love to be to learn how I can be a better person, but a better way, and how I can help you and serve you. So that really just is how it is, who I am. Um, and coming this November, we're gonna see where the people decide, and I tell them, win or lose, I'm just gonna be there, holding people accountable. I think that's what we need to do as people, and also be educated on where to find the information. So I know I'm like, oh, Miriam, such a down. No, I just wanted to talk, real with you all, and that I appreciate your guys' support, and trying to keep moving forward. So, um, if that means having a hoarding problem, that's what my husband calls it. He says I have a hoarding problem, and I'm like, things are still in its box. He's like, definition of a hoarding problem. Yes, I know. But again, I love being me. So, if you see me in my car, stop by, say hi. I'll show you my stuff I have in my car. But as always, this is who I am, and I just want to say thank you to all of you for tuning in and joining, having this nerdy conversation with me. You probably know more nerdy stuff about me than you probably ever wanted, like magic, what magic is. Hey, I'm more than happy to do a tutorial, but there's some on YouTube that probably would do a better job. But once you do create your deck, hey, and we can do like in person, I'm down for a game. Okay. Like, I want to improve my deck, which is going to be hard because I don't have any more cards. But if you have Pokemon, I'm more than happy to play the Pokemon. I do have cards for those. Um, but yeah, just I'm glad that you guys hanged out with me, and I'm looking forward to next week. And as always, grassroots, I rely on all of you for support and contributions. Like, right now I am in the process of trying to send my second mailer. If you got one in the mail, that was all thanks to you, really. Thank you for helping me and trying to get the funds to be able to send that. So I'm trying to do the same thing with my second mailer. I don't have unlimited amount of money. I'm very limited. And so for me, it's the best way to reach out to as many people is by doing a second mailer. And this one's gonna be a little bit different than the first one. The first one was more serious, here's are my priorities. The second one's gonna be a little bit more fun. And that's why I kind of wanted to do this, so you can kind of get to see who I am and why I decided to do that route in that way. But yeah, so I always asking, if you're able to do $25, $5, 10, you name it, any amount is great, appreciated. I am, again, trying to get some funds to send the second mailer. I would like to send it Monday. I am a couple $1,000s short. So again, I'm relying on all of you for that support and that help. And if you're able to do 25 today, that is going to get us closer to that. So that's why I wanted to, have you get to know me in this time of COVID in this way. But again, if you see me in person, say hi to me. I'm more than happy to talk to all of you. I do we could do our social distancing but still be able to enjoy having a conversation. But yeah, I think now I challenge you on which one, Juan, Magic or Pokemon? He's probably gonna say Magic, because that's what he said he has. He has a Magic. Nerd Unite, yes. Um, and then Amanda, I love you. Thank you, Alma. Thank you. I try to keep it up. I have my ups and downs. Don't think that I am always. There's days where I'm just like not getting out. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in and joining me in my nerdiness. I'm probably I'm probably gonna go and watch. What are they watching? Are they watching Transformers? Yeah, see, my whole house is nerdy. I think they're watching Transformers, and I'm probably gonna go over there and join them for a little bit before I send out an email. Yay! Life of campaigning doesn't end. Magic. Okay. All right, Juan. Well, maybe we can go get on Zoom and do like a virtual challenge. If it works, maybe we can spread the word and be like, people, this works. But again, I'll put in my info for you guys to add me on my Switch. If you have a Switch account, Pokemon Go, Pokemon trading card game. I think those are the three things, right? If there's something else, I'll add it on there. But thank you everyone for joining me, and for getting to know how nerdy I am, and how my house is full of nerdy stuff. That I wasn't lying when I say I'm a nerd. Because I am. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And so stay tuned for next week. I'm going to have a couple of events happening. Just to give you a quick teaser, right? It's going to be related to Dia de los Muertos next week, because next week that's where it starts. So be on the lookout for that post on what is Dia de los Muertos. So I'll give you that hint. But on the time being, thank you so much. And as always, los quiero mucho. Muchísimas gracias. Aquí estoy para ustedes. So I'm here for you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do. Muchas gracias. Cuídense y buenas noches, ¿eh? Porque ya es casi para dormir. Adiós. Bye, everyone.